Welcome back, everybody. So it's Keno the Don here. So what I need y'all to do is hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and drop a comments below. Obviously, for more content that you'd like me to cover. So the video that I'm doing right now is going to be about the Matrix and the Matrix breaking down before our very eyes. Now, a lot of people still speculate, what is the actual matrix? And we don't really live in a matrix. There's a lot of people who really don't believe that the quote unquote matrix is real. And I have to say, there's so many different layers to the matrix, when it comes to particularly society, right? The society that we live in. There was one point in time where money didn't exist. So you had to do other things to exchange for goods in order to survive. Somebody had a skill, you would require their skill in exchange for maybe food or other labor or skills that you possess that they didn't, that they need, basically in exchange for needs for goods and services. But now we live in a present day where everything is based on money. I mean, everything is based on money. Even in the United States, everything is pretty much based off of money. Nothing is based off of morals or humanity. Seems to have gone out the window. Particularly, well, I shouldn't even say particularly, especially with our quote unquote elected or selected leaders that claim to that claim to speak for us, the people, but they really don't represent us at all. They do it in a very terrible way, in my humble opinion, simply because everywhere I look, it's profit over people, and those type of leaders will never ever represent me or what I'm about, my morals. And it's also why I vote for myself when it comes to voting. So I'm the leader that I need to be for myself to lead myself to salvation. Nobody else is going to do that for me. So what I want to focus on today is, um, there's a lot of things going on with Israel and Palestine and just the whole world, but I want to focus on particularly the United States of America and some of the laws that are actually implemented in this country that will go to show you that occupation isn't just in Palestine, it's been in the United States for a very long time. And there's always these notions or quote unquote s- conspiracy theory, quote unquote, as to far as, who controls what, who has power over what. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you guys. And mind you, let me preface my statement. In the United States of America, or should I say the United States Corporation of America, do you know that you are actually allowed to boycott American products? But if you decide to boycott Israeli products, it's against the law. And let me show you the proof right here, which that's what I'm talking about with the Matrix. We're starting to see exactly the truth behind all of this propaganda and the lies that they use through their own power and control over the mass media. So let me get into my first article and pull that up for y'all. Okay, let's do this. So as I get into my first article right here, X out some of these. Okay, so this is up to Newsweek. The source is Newsweek. It says, talks about the critics of the anti-BDS laws, such as the American Civil Liberties Union, believe that they stifle free speech by effectively seeking to ban boycotts. So they are actively seeking to ban boycotts. So legal challenges have mounted, and some of the laws have been struck down in court on constitutional grounds. And let me scroll up a little bit so you guys know exactly what I am talking about. Um, so in the United States of America, a lot of states have passed laws that companies that boycott Israel can't do business within the United States. That alone right there should tell you guys who actually controls America. America is not a real country anymore. It's a corporation, y'all. It says companies that boycott Israel amid the ongoing conflict in Gaza could be met with legal roadblocks due to a majority of United States having passed laws against the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement. BDS movement launched in 2005 describes itself as a global movement made up of unions, academic associations, churches, and grassroots movements across the world. It argues that Israel is illegally occupying Palestinian land and aims to place international pressure on the country to comply with international law. Those opposed to the movement have called BDS anti-Semite. I'm just use that because it's the algorithm. If I say that, they might block my video. Um, Critics allege BDS bears the hallmarks of previous historical campaigns against Jews and that its true aim is to delegitimize and destroy the state of Israel, which is not true. Um, it says, as of May 2021, a little bit over 2 years ago, 35 states have passed anti BDS laws, resolutions, or executive orders. Most measures explicitly ban states from doing business with companies that support the BDS movement, while some non binding resolutions merely condemn the movement. So, if you guys don't know what that means, it means that 35 states in the United States of America won't allow you to do business with any of their states if you boycott Israel products. But at the same time, you can boycott American products. And this is in the United States of America. So it goes to show you where all the money has been going and who controls the money and the flow of the money, right? I'm just saying, it's right there in plain sight for y'all to see. I just had to bring up a source for y'all to really understand where I'm coming from. Like I said, now I'm pro humanity, so I don't care what your background is, your religious beliefs are. But if you're of oppressing any people, regardless of race, religious, we can't be cool. And I see exactly what's going on. So as we scroll down here, I just want to name the states real quick as far as which states will not allow you to do business if you want to boycott Israel products for whatever reason you choose to. You can boycott any American product, but God forbid you boycott an Israeli product in America, then you can't do business within those states. Funny how that works, right? These will be the same people that are preaching through the media that they don't have control over nothing and it's for them and playing the victim, but you guys have more power in America than American citizens. But yeah, what do I know, right? So states that have passed anti-BDS laws. So like I said, anti-BDS laws were put in place to ban people from boycotting Israeli products or suffer the punishment of not being able to do business within these states. And these states are as follows: Tennessee, South Carolina, Illinois, Alabama, Colorado, Indiana, Florida, Arizona, Georgia, Iowa, Rhode Island, New Jersey, California, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Arkansas, Texas, Minnesota, Nevada, Kansas, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Missouri, Utah, Idaho, and West Virginia. Now, these are states with anti-BDS executive orders, so that's even a higher up level of the chain. Got New York, of course. I live in New York. New York, Maryland, Wisconsin, Louisiana, Kentucky, South Dakota. New York really backs up Israel, but they don't even back up their own people in their own state. But hey, states that have passed anti-BDS resolutions: Virginia, New York, and Iowa. So what are y'all thoughts about that? That United States Corporation of America will allow you to will allow you to boycott any United States product, but God forbid you want to boycott any Israeli product, you can't do business within those states. So what does that tell you about who runs America? I mean, it's a rhetorical question at this point, but you know, I have to ask the question. Now, let's talk about control over the media. So we are going to Forbes for this source, and it says that Israel has asked Meta and TikTok to remove 8,000 posts related to the Hamas war. Israel says its takedown requests to social media companies have increased tenfold since the start of the war. 94% of the content was removed. Again, look how much power these people have, right? Or at least their leadership has. But they want to flip it and act like they're so helpless. There was a point during this during the last month where they weren't allowing the citizens to actually use internet to post what was really going on and to get the word out there because they want to control the narrative. See, this is all a part of the matrix, y'all. This is all a part of the matrix. They want to control the narrative. They want to control the agenda. They have a certain agenda that they want to put out there. And people keep debunking it and debunking it. Now they're using their power, aka their money, to bribe these social media companies to take posts down. Now, I've never ever heard of any other country being able to tell any social media platform or coerce any other social media platform to take down certain posts based on them feeling a certain way about it. Could you imagine if any slave descendant said, "Hey, we don't want y'all talking about slavery." They love to push that narrative. They love to talk about how our ancestors were slaves and this and that. But, God forbid we show the other side of what's going on with this war over in the Middle East now, and if it doesn't fit their agenda, they'll find a way to get your post removed. Makes them look even more guilty. This isn't gonna get people to try to understand your side, even though you guys can shut off people's power, electricity, but then you're saying that they wanna, quote, unquote, "unalive us all." I'm just saying, this is all a part of the matrix, and the matrix is falling apart. A lot of the matrix is the mass media telling you what the world is instead of you experiencing it for yourself. So they took down over 94% of the posts that they request to take down. When have you ever heard of anything like that? And these are the same people that claim that they're powerless and have no control over the media and things of that nature. And we just seeing it in real time how much power they actually do have over the media. So, I'm not anti anybody. I'm anti evil. I'm anti liars, but I am pro humanity and pro righteousness. So, like I said, I don't care what your background is, what your religious beliefs are, but if you think you're better than anybody, if you think that you should be favored over anybody, we can't be cool because no man, woman, or child is above the next. I don't care what your title is. Because in God's eyes, the God that I know, none of that matters. So about what you do for your what you do for your fellow race, for humanity, not black, white, whatever you want to decide to call yourself. So it says Israel's prosecutor office said it had requested the removal of content that incited violence and terrorism, as well as any promotion of groups widely designated as terrorists, including the H group and the Islamic Jihad. It also asked that several songs praising H group that served the soundtracks for thousands of videos on TikTok be taken down. TikTok, which told Forbes its policy was to remove all pro H content as soon as it's identified, remove the videos playing the songs. Now, like I said, if any that's what I have a problem with too, right? They want to talk about quote unquote they will remove any videos that promote terrorism. They only want to remove the videos that promote quote unquote terrorism or any violence when it's toward one particular group. Because I can go on TikTok right now and show you guys little kids from from age like 7 to 11 talking about weapons and unaliving people. So why is that not violence and against the community guidelines? You see, because these social media platforms, well, if they're black or, a ethnic group, we don't really want to portray them in a positive light. We will allow them to talk about unaliving each other and promoting that type of violence. I can go on TikTok right now, but the moment that I speak about humanity for all and equality for all, well, that post probably won't get any like, and I might get considered as being pro Palestine or what have you. When I am pro righteousness and I know what's going on isn't right. And even a lot of people that are of the Jewish religion and claim to be from Israel don't agree with what their leadership is doing too. So, like I said, right is right and wrong is wrong. And guess what? The matrix is gonna fall apart. And the more that you try to ban people from speaking the truth, the more that it's gonna affect y'all whole agenda. So maybe you need to start having some more humanity in your heart. Stop trying to act like y'all are the victims when we see exactly what's going on. And I'm all about peace and love for everybody. If you found this video informative, like I said, I always try to bring the facts and give my opinion on it. Please hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and drop a comment what your thoughts are. I want to know what your thoughts are, even if it's the opposite of mine, and maybe we can have a intellectual conversation. Because I'm looking to build with people. I'm not looking to argue or anything of that nature. I'm a child of education. I'm a child of knowledge. I want to keep on learning and keep on growing, and the only way to do that is to listen to others. Peace and one love. Please hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and drop a comment. Peace and one love, y'all. Skino the Don.